Hi, it's Evie Nicole, your favorite travelista. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina today to meet with a very talented artist. Let me introduce you to Pia.
Hi, I'm Pia. I'm 22 years old and I was born in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Cleveland, Tennessee. So what brings you to Charlotte?
My mom, she decided to move down here after I relocated to Liberia, West Africa with my dad. But Ebola happened, so I moved back to the States so I could be safe.
Well, we're glad that you're safe.
Thank you.
You're here. So you are an artist. So at what point you was like, this is something I'm good at? When did you recognize your talent?
Well, I started making art ever since I was 4 years old, so it's just something that I just was instilled in me. I feel, and I just stuck with it throughout the years.
Okay, so how did you get started with art in general? Like what the type of art you
I started making art when I was 4 years old, and I just kind of stuck with it all throughout the years and discovered new mediums that I like.
Okay, so what did you start with?
Finger painting and chalk.
Okay. So at 4 years old, usually kids are with crayons or you did say chalk, but well, finger painting too, kids do that. But mostly, me growing up, all the kids I know, we color book, crayon.
Yep.
But you're able to experience with more art. And usually kids at that age they want toys and stuff. So how did you tell your parents, or how did you know that hey, this is I want to use that to make this or
Honestly, I feel like I've been doing it as long as I could remember. I don't think anybody necessarily inspired me. I think I was just already did it. Like I was just playing around with stuff and I just stuck to it.
okay. So as you're getting older
Mm-hmm.
and maybe experiencing with different types of art,
Yes.
what was that growth like?
Hmm.
I don't know, as you get older, your mind changes, your ideas changes, your passion changes.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as you bucking down with art, I know you didn't stay with finger painting.
Right.
You progressed over, like, what was your progression?
Mm, well, I used to do coloring books, color pencils, crayons, finger paint, acrylic paint, chalk, and that was just throughout the earlier years of my life. When I turned 12, I discovered graphic design, and that's when my medium shift because I realized I don't have to use my hands and be physical all the time.
Okay. So, graphic design. So, how did you get into that at 12 years old?
Social media. I used to scroll on social media all the time on Instagram during the Tumblr era where people used to post like aesthetically pleasing photos. Some people would make a lot of like digital collages of their favorite celebrities, their favorite artists, and that inspired me a lot, especially me being like 12, 13 years old, obsessed with certain artists. It definitely influenced me a lot during that time.
Okay. So, could you name a couple artists that are like, yo, inspired me?
Like musicians or
No, we're talking about your art. What's inspired you? Who? Like whom? Like
what's his name? I think it's Tahinde Riley.
Tahinde Riley. Okay. We're,
He's a African American artist that makes a lot of well, all of his art contains people of color, but he has like he uses very vibrant colors, very vibrant elements in his backgrounds, and things like that inspire me because I like to use vibrant colors in my artwork.
okay, we're gonna get to your artwork in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But as an adult right now, what kind of art are you creating?
Um, I like surrealism. I like I like vibrant colors. I like collages. I like mixed media art. I
Are you
like
still doing digital?
yes, I do digital and I'm exploring mixed media now.
Okay, mixed media. I'm not really familiar with that. Could you give me a little bit of what that is?
Mixed media is an art medium that contains multiple styles of mediums. example, like a painting. It'll be a painting with paint and probably have like glitter pieces on it, probably cloths on it, pictures on it. It's mixed media. You're mixing a bunch of different types of art together, a bunch of different mediums together, and you put it on one piece.
That is so cool. So, have you sold any of your arts?
I have sold a few of my artworks over the past 3 years.
Okay, so what will be like your biggest seller?
That one.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, so we will get into that in just a moment. Lost my train of thought. That's okay. So, are you still? So you sold some of your artwork, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How were you able to sell your artwork? Like, where were you? Who? I mean, just the process of getting to that point where I have my art and I'm posting. I don't know if you were in a um, studio or you explain. You tell me. The
Okay.
artist. Yes, tell me.
Well, when I sold my first piece of art, it was, I want to say, 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago at Black Girl Art Show. I found them online. They are an organization that calls together a bunch of Black African American artists, and you can meet new people. You can display your artwork. I mean, it doesn't have to be like artwork, clothes, jewelry. I've got a large opportunity to meet a lot of like-minded people, people that look like me that also do art as well, and that's where I sold my first painting.
That is excellent. Excellent. Okay, so let's go into her artwork and let her explain each piece and so we can get a better understanding of the meaning behind each artwork. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we want wherever you want to start, just go one by one and explain your beautiful artwork.
Okay, I think I'm gonna start with this one.
Okay, this is the one you sold, right?
Yes, this is the first one I've ever sold. When I had my Black Girl art exhibit, this sold out the most. I think I sold these like 4 times.
Excellent.
So
excellent.
5 people have this sitting in their house somewhere, and I'm very proud to say that.
Hey, of course, of course.
I created this on, I believe I used Adobe Photoshop. I created this during the pandemic. I was sitting in my bed. I was very bored, didn't know what to do. I wasn't in school anymore. So I just decided to make art during that time with all the free time I had on my hands. This piece is a lot to me because, one, it grabs a lot of attention, and that's one thing I like to implement throughout all of my artwork is vibrant colors that draw attention. You're like, oh my god, what's that? That's the point of me making my art. I want it to grab your attention. I don't want to beg you to look at it, but just
It does grab your attention, and I could put a little bit of me in there. My colors, my signature colors. I love that. But it's beautiful. So you said that you were bored and you just put something together. What's the meaning behind this? Like, what was your inspiration?
My inspiration behind this was more so exploring surrealism, which is a art style. That's the art style that attracted me the most because with my art, I like to make it attention grabbing, attention seeking. And when it comes to surrealism art, you're combining realism with things that aren't real. So that was the point of that. That was just me exploring the surrealism medium, and me just being a Black person, I wanted to include somebody that looked like me. I don't, I don't want to say I don't feel like there's a lot of surrealist artists out there, but I haven't met a lot of Black surrealist artists out here, especially that do digital work. So for me, I wanted to play around with it, explore it, and
also you're original.
Yes,
I like that. I love that. Okay. So what else would you like to show us? What's next?
Next, I would say that one.
Oh, I'm in the way. I'm in the way. I'm in the way.
This is a self-portrait that I drew of myself in 2023 during my years at Fayetteville State University. I was an art major at Fayetteville State University, and I drew this in my figure drawing class. And this was very challenging because It's kind of hard to draw yourself when you're looking
Okay.
at yourself.
All
It's a
right.
lot of hand-eye coordination.
It looks very realistic.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
love it.
Thank you so much. This is one of my favorite drawings because one, I never drew myself before, and I don't. This is the first time I feel like I accurately drew myself, and I also used a medium of pencils and willow charcoal.
So how did you overcome that fear that you had of like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to draw myself? Like, how did you overcome and go, you know what? I'm just gonna jump in and I'm doing it.
Um, a very truthful, honest answer. This was an assignment, and I had a deadline.
Well, of course, of course, of course.
Yes, I had a deadline. I had a grade. I had a grade that I need to get. So I definitely had to push myself past those boundaries. But I did draw this in the art studio with a mirror. I think it was like a mirror that had like 3 different sides to it, so I could see all the angles.
Okay.
And I just sat there and I just drew myself. No
Yeah.
breaks. All gas, no breaks.
That sounds very challenging.
Yes.
I can imagine maybe drawing with your hands sweating, or maybe like, oh my goodness, I can only imagine what went through your mind having to complete this assignment in class.
Yes, it took a lot of time, and I wouldn't say my hands were sweaty. They were more so black from all the charcoal.
Okay. Oh goodness, this is beautiful. Is this close to that,
Yes,
or
I made that around the same time.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, I see that. Pandemic bored. Hey, let's make art. How
Yeah,
about that?
literally.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful. Okay, so we have an artist or an artist making of an artist.
Yes.
Okay, so explain this
This
to us,
is
please.
Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu.
I really like Miss Erykah Badu. She has had a influence on me growing up in my early years. My dad used to play her music on the radio a lot.
Daddy, thank you, Daddy.
You know? And this is actually part of like I want to say like a multi-series that I did of a bunch of artists that I really liked at the time, whose music was really influencing me. I made posters of them. This particular piece, well, in this particular series, I took inspiration from the Renaissance art era where they used to have, well, if you can refer to a Renaissance painting, they would have like a halo behind their head, but I just enlarged it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it was just a part of a multi-series where I just wanted to pay tributes to like the artists that I was really enjoying at that time.
So maybe you can get Erykah Badu to kind of take a look at this picture.
You feel me?
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, your name.
My name.
Your name. Your artiste name.
My artiste name is Gambino. Gambino's art. That stems from what I went by on social media, Gambino's World, and I drew inspiration from that from Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. I really enjoyed his music. I enjoyed the movies that he's acted in, the shows that he's acted in, and I really do enjoy like his album art, especially with one of his recent albums that he dropped. I really enjoyed the album cover, and I just kind of took inspo from him.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So one thing I like Gambino. Okay, so you were saying that he was your inspiration. What kind of artist is he?
He's an R&B artist.
R&B. Okay, okay, I feel you. Okay, so hey, inspiration. A little shout out to him. And as right now in your life, in your artistic life, what are you working with now?
Right now, I'm discovering more mixed media projects and doing more digital collages than, well, physical collages more than digital collages. That's what I'm focusing on now. And also, I mentioned that I like surrealism. I discovered a new genre called Afro surrealism.
Okay.
And that really touches my roots a lot because I am an African woman.
All right, Liberian. Okay, Liberia. Okay. We'll make sure I remember that. Okay, so for a young artist, you say you started at 4 years old. A lot of kids are, like I said earlier, messing with different types of things, but they're just having fun.
Yes.
But you said I'm an artist.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. beautiful that you're able to sell your art as well. And when you became an adult, or however you like.
22.
Okay, okay,
The
okay.
young adult.
Yes, yes. Um, what advice would you give to other artists? Because I've known some artists and they said it's hard to really make money from their art. What would you say to them?
Mm,
Let's say somebody's in high school and they really want to do it. Like, what advice would you give them? Because you have sold your art.
yes. Um, I will say don't underestimate yourself. Always bet on yourself because you never know who's watching. You never know who will appreciate your art other than yourself. Um, don't just because you see other people's artwork and you feel like, oh, they're better than you, don't look at it as that. You could take it as a learning moment, and you have your own art style. You bring your own
Right.
qualities to the table. So just because you see somebody else's, that doesn't disqualify what you bring to the table. So always bet on yourself. Don't underestimate yourself, and put yourself out there because nobody can tell you how to create art.
That's exactly.
There's no rules to it.
Exactly. And I love the fact that even though through college you're not necessarily going down that path of art, but you're not giving up on your art.
Yes.
You're still going to work on your art and present it in a way that you can sell it,
Yes.
of course. You always got to have more than one hustle.
Okay.
But it's always, I find nice when you find your passion, never let it go.
Yes. Never let it go.
Never let it go. And just keep working. And no matter how busy life gets, and it can get busy, but this is you. This
Yes.
is all you. So I feel like if you gave up on your art, I feel like, part of you is giving up on yourself. I'm not saying all of you, but this is you.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is, you know, your name, your creation,
Yes.
your inspiration. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. I want to give a big thanks to Pia for showing her artwork to all of us. I hope you've enjoyed her artwork and speaking with her as much as I have. And thank you again to Pia for sharing her beautiful artwork. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.